Hello everyone, my name is Jasper again. In this video, I want to teach you guide everything about the Berserker. Now I will be cutting this section into three parts. First is the introduction, the job trees, the affinities, and next I will be fighting certain enemies and teach you how to properly use this job and give you some tips on how to properly use like both evocation and ultima. Depends on my style though. And lastly is build suggestion. You can always copy my build. I will post it on the last part, but these are just my point of view. You can always change everything whatever you want on this game. Wait, this is the social. There you go. Is that the right one? Alright, so let's get started. What does the Berserker do? Berserker is basically the buff ability. Berserker blasts of Berserk ability. While this active, increase your attack power. Its overall attack power, your break damage and strength damage. Also increase the break and decrease damage taken. Also, in addition, you basically stagger all kinds of enemies. Small, medium, large, everything gets staggered with normal attacks. But that doesn't apply to boss, of course. You know, bosses have a super armor in this game. You can stagger them, but it's kind of like depend on how much damage you get. So let's go for the master of the berserk. Actually, the berserk mastery is the one that when you defeat an enemy, it's rather a soul burst or whatever, you restore HP. As the passive stats are physical damage, near death damage, and I think there's another one. Physical. Wait, where's the near death? Physical damage and HP. Yeah, HP, sorry. Additional HP. Next are the abilities are the Ruthless Blow and Cyclone Rush. Also, you can actually use two weapons in Berserker. That those are yes, Greatsword and Axe. And the job routes are Dark Knight and I think Breaker. Yeah, Breaker. And the command ability is Lunatic. This increases your attack speed. To take note, it only increases your attack speed, not your movement speed. Flee is the one that increases your movement speed. But here, Lunatic increases your attack speed, but you don't recover breakage. The only way you can recover breakage if you use the attack refills breakage. Even though you have a breakage recovery speed, that won't work. Even if you have the breakage recovery parry buff, it won't work as well. So you need the breakage attack refill on this one. Okay, so let's go for the evocation ultima. As you can see, they are both the same, but different on the links. Let's go for the evocation. The links on the Greatsword has now first link, and oh wait, third link for the Greatsword as well. I didn't mention the links on this one. The links on the axe are first link refills breakage and physical damage dealt, and the third are increase physical damage dealt. Same goes with the evocation. The first link is third link is physical damage for Greatsword, and the first link of Greatsword would be refills breakage and physical damage dealt. Next would be the Ultima. The Ultima was added is second link, which is refills restore HP based on physical damage dealt. Okay, so let's see the difference between the Ultima and Evocation job. The Evocation job is you cannot be broken, but well, we cannot be broken, but there's always a limit on using the Soul Shield. So do take note of that. But you can always use Soul Shield even if you have a no bar, but the window is very small. Next is duration is shorter, but it will increase the duration on the buff duration will increase if you hit and if you hit the enemies. In addition, you do increase attack and decrease damage taken. So it's more powerful, but the duration is shorter. So for you to maintain the duration, you need to go attack and attack, keep attacking. So let's see what the affinities does the berserker has. First is stamina strength. This is what I'm talking about. Refills breakage and damage dealt. When you get this, you will refill your breakage even you using the lunatic. Next is stamina, HP, refills breakage and damage dealt, and stamina, a lot of stamina. And automatically grants shell and protect when near death. And 400 refills your MP when Lightbringer is active. 600 is activates the effects of Lightbringer when you soul burst an enemy. Now this is a full duration of Lightbringer when you soul burst an enemy. So actually you can actually see my shell and protect because of my what do you call this? Because of my uh 400 Dark Knights. So let's get started. Let's fight some enemies. It'll work. So about this build is mostly on my Marauder because my Marauder is so optimized that I can use that build to any job, like Axe Jabara I can do. Maybe a little weaker on Blue Mage because Blue Mage is more on the balanced one, but it still works though. No. Yo, I haven't changed the abilities on this one. Oh, it's been a while since I played this. Actually, after my Soul Burst, you can see that there was a full Lightbringer here. I can show it to you. See, after the Soul Burst, there will be a full Lightbringer duration. That's basically the reason of the 600 Berserker. Grace Light. I haven't changed the stat. Oh my god, dude. Let me just quick change this. There you go. Oops, that's a wrong one. There you go. Whoa. There you go. Now I think I should have changed this. This is chronostasis and this is the swelling flame. There you go. So if you want to use the other evocation, what is this? The evocation, which is good for not getting break if you want to. No, wait, this won't work. How to chase Warrior of Light here? Oh. No, that's the wrong one. Yeah, that's how you choose. Warrior of Light, spam the shit out of the Radiant Slash. What? There you go. So basically Berserker is a more damage but also more defensive style because you gain more defense when you use the Berserker. But do take note that the Berserker doesn't carry over to the other job. As you can see, I have the Berserker buff, but when I change, there's no Berserker buff. Back then, when the base came, yeah, good times, baby, good times. I remember when I used the Berserker on the Fist, oh my god, Stagger City. But I think it's right with the they patch it because it's kind of like a broken. But if you think that you want to make more Berserker powerful, you can use the improve effect Berserker that increases the Berserker job. The Berserker buff, I mean. Also, if you want to make more powerful buff, you can use the focus of Monk. It stacks them. Both of them stacks. And also, you can use some of the command abilities. Okay, so let's go about the what do you call this? Job affinities that I suggest, but before that, some stats per 100, there are actually a lot. These are the summon stats per 100%. Alexander, 6 strength, 7 stamina. For Titan, 6 stamina. For Ifrit, 6 strength, 6 stamina. For Odin, 7 strength. For Fenrir, 6 strength. It's weird though. Fenrir is kinda like more on agility, but it gives you 6 strength. Leviathan is 6 stamina. Okay? So basically, making this build is Berserker is mostly on strength and stamina, so I'm gonna focus more on affinities that focus more, that has more strength and stamina. Of course, for the very first, always go for the 400% of your basic weapon. Now that Berserker has only 2-1, so go for the 400 Greatsword or 400 Axe. Next will be Warrior. 600 Warrior makes you more powerful when you are max HP more and deals enemy weaknesses. 400 reduce max break gauge when targeting enemy weaknesses. Reduce MP cost of all the combo abilities you can do. And there are strength and stamina stats, but mostly strength, and also wall break damage. Next is Knight. 600 Knight. 600, the more you soul shield, the more stamina you get. Stacks up to 20. 400 grants immunity when Lightbringer is active. Especially this complements well on the 600 Lightbringer when you always do a Lightbringer. When you always perform a Soul Burst, you always get up for full duration of Lightbringer, which means you cannot take any damages as long as the duration of Lightbringer is active. Next is a press additional stamina bonus to all grant abilities. Next is stamina, mostly in stamina, and reduces break gauge on 10%. Reduce break gauge on successful guard. Next is Monk, 600 Monk. I think 600 Monk is a great one because when you deals more damage, the more HP you got. 400 increase your HP to 50%, especially Monk if you want to be more tankier. 250 increases your buff duration if you are good at buff or parry, your buff duration will increases. Next will be actually a balance of strength and stamina. There's also agility and break gauge. There's a decent amount of break gauge, around 160. Okay, so 600 Dragoon. 600 Dragoon, if you want to recover HP and MP when you deal enemy weaknesses, especially if you have a command ability of Mighty Strikes or 600 Warrior. Increase your attack speed while Lightbringer is active. This really complements 600 of Berserker because Soul Burst, you are in Lightbringer and you are always on haste. Next is when you defeat an enemy, ends with a Soul Burst. So you don't actually need to activate the Soul Burst. You don't need to actually activate the Lightbringer command ability. You just need to kill them with your abilities. Then you are on the full Lightbringer. Next is a decent amount of strength and agility and weakness break damage. Next is 600. Did I show 600? 600 samurai. I do believe 600 samurai is strength stat as well. 600 if you want to go for parry for your abilities, especially when you get the Ultima Berserker, you get first link, second link, and third link. If you use them, all of them, most of them, you get the 600 samurai activate. But to take note that is this only activated when you hit the enemy. If you whiff it on the air, it won't work. Successful parry will make your next ability critical hits. Next is temporarily decrease damage when you chain cancel. Strike and agility stat and reduce MP cost of command abilities. No, sorry, of the combo abilities, not command abilities. Next is Dark Knight, 600 Dark Knight if you want to recover HP depending on the amount of your MP normal attacks. Normal attacks sa MP recovery. Okay? 400 activates all near deaths. So with the 250 of the Berserker, your Shell and Protect will always be active. Not just that, your all near death damage dealt, near death damage taken will also be active. Especially when Berserker has this passive stat of near death damage dealt. Next is increased damage when the enemy is targeting you. Strength and intellect stat, but mostly on strength. Increased damage dealt when near death. Yeah, the same goes with the other ones. Next is Paladin, 600 Paladin. 600 for if you soul shield, the more HP you get. If you pair this up with the 600 Monk, which means the 600 Monk becomes more powerful. Grants immunity to all ailments. To remember, only ailments, not debuffs. Ailments that can be accumulated. Restore HP when Lightbringer is active, especially when you have a Lightbringer. 600 Berserker, you always have a Lightbringer when you soul burst, so you always regain HP. Next is stamina stat and HP. and increase break damage when you are always on max health. Next would be 600 Liberator. 600 is optional if you want to go for party members or if you want to use this in a party member for you to become powerful. This only applies to your party. If you use this without no party, it doesn't work. It doesn't apply to yourself. Next is 400 shares your potions to your allies and revise party members. Increase potency of all HP recovery and stamina spirit stat and parry window big window. It gives you a lot of big parry window. Basically 50%. Next is breaker. 600 breaker, more strength when you soul shield. 400 increased damage set when you soul burst. Applies additional strength bonuses to combo abilities and strength stats. And increase burst and pericope. Next is summoner. 600 summoner for more powerful blessing. Summon blessing. Next is soul shield increase the duration. 250 sustain MP cost decreased as there are strength and intellect stat, and increase MP when chain cancelling. Lastly is this cyclic warrior. Affects successful soul shield, also lightbringer. Actually, when you have this and then 600 berserker, it says that it is lightbringer. So you win a soul shield, you all soul. Sorry, when you soul burst, all soul shield and lightbringer also active. So you especially if you have a soul shield stack, when you soul burst an enemy, you become more powerful and powerful. So this is kind of not doesn't work for Lightbringer. I mean 600 Berserker. This is mostly for Chaos Bringer and Dimension Bringer because this won't work on 600 Berserker. The 600 Berserker will kind of win. It wasn't, but this one, restore MP limit when below 200. This next is strength and stamina stat. There are some intellect, and lastly is the enemy's max break gauge by ability. So that's about it. I guess I can show my build, but this is basically my build on my Marauder. There's actually no changes at all. There's no improved effect of Berserker because even without that, my damage is so high. So if I change this up, I guess I can change with the Greatsword and maybe customize it to slash damage. But here's my master point: strength, stamina, Berserker, job affinity. Yeah, that duration. That's it. So that's about it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.